1994 USA 1-cent coin. Today's deep dive into the fascinating world of United States coins. In this video, we're going to look at a coin that you might still find in your pocket change, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. We're talking about the 1994 USA 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent. Now at first glance, this coin might seem like just another ordinary penny. But once you get to know its history, its design features, and the tiny details that can affect its value, you'll quickly see why collectors and enthusiasts still pay attention to coins like this. The 1994 1-cent coin was struck during a time when the United States Mint was continuing the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which had already been around for over 80 years by that point. Since 1959, the reverse of this coin featured the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. That was in honor of the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. And on the obverse, we have the famous portrait of Lincoln himself, designed by Victor David Brenner way back in 1909. That iconic bust of Lincoln facing right is probably one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history. For starters, it was struck at multiple mints. You'll typically find two versions of the coin from that year, one with a D mint mark, which was produced in Denver, and one with no mint mark at all, which was struck in Philadelphia. There was also a special proof version struck at the San Francisco Mint, and that one carries an S mint mark. The total number of 1,994 1-cent coins struck was massive. In Philadelphia alone, over 6.5 billion coins were produced. Yes, billion with a B. Denver wasn't far behind, producing over 7.1 billion coins. These huge mintage numbers mean that the regular 1994 penny, in circulated condition, is still extremely common today. Its face value is still 1 cent, and that's generally what you'll get for it unless it has something truly unique about it. But don't walk away just yet, because there are some exceptions that can make a 1994 penny worth more than you might expect. For example, coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS 67 or higher by third-party grading services, can carry a premium among collectors. That's because finding a flawless coin in that sea of billions is actually pretty tough. Now let's talk about what to look for if you're sorting through your own 1994 pennies. First, the condition matters a lot. A coin with no wear, strong luster, and sharp details is much more desirable than one that's been through years of circulation. Red coloration is another key factor. Lincoln cents come in three general color designations: red, red-brown, and brown. The redder the coin, the more valuable it usually is, especially for modern dates like 1994. One thing collectors love to search for are errors and varieties. With billions of coins being struck, mistakes are bound to happen. Some of the more interesting 1994 penny errors include double die obverse varieties, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on foreign planchets. A double die obverse, for instance, can cause the lettering or the date to appear doubled, and these coins can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to over $100 depending on the strength of the doubling and the overall condition. Off-center errors are another fun one. These happen when the coin isn't properly aligned during the striking process, and the result can be a coin with part of the design missing or shifted to one side. A 1994 penny with a major off-center error can sometimes sell for $50 to $100 or more, especially if the date is still visible. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are also worth looking at. These coins were made specifically for collectors and have a mirror-like finish. They were never meant for circulation, and they're typically sold in special sets. A 1994 S-proof penny in perfect condition can be worth around $3 to $10, sometimes more if it's graded PR70 deep cameo by a top grading company. Now you might be wondering how to sell or collect these coins if you happen to find one that's in great condition or has an error. First off, always handle your coins carefully. Use gloves if possible and avoid touching the surface. If you think you have a valuable example, you might consider getting it graded by a reputable third-party service like PCGS or NGC. That can really help when it comes time to sell. Online marketplaces like eBay are popular for buying and selling 1994 pennies, especially error coins and high-grade examples. Coin shows, local dealers, and collector groups are also great places to connect with others who share your interest. Just make sure you do your research on pricing before making any deals. Conclusion: So, to sum it up, the 1994 USA 1-cent coin may be common, but it still holds plenty of potential for collectors. Whether it's a pristine red gem in mint state, a rare error that slipped through the cracks, or a shiny proof from San Francisco, there's always something worth discovering. And who knows, the next time you're sorting through your change, you might just come across a little copper-coated treasure. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this look into the 1994 penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. We've got a lot more interesting coins to explore, and each one has its own story to tell. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes open, you never know what might turn up in your pocket change.